Hi, this is Raj. So, first of all, introduction. I am working in IT field for last 16 plus years, of which 6 plus years are in big data and in various cloud platforms. Today, I am here to share with you all a product which I have created with my experience and knowledge, which I think can help enterprises, organizations, analytic teams, especially data science teams. The product name is CAP, Cloud Analytics Platform. So, what exactly is CAP? CAP is a cloud based unified data analytics platform consisting of various inbuilt analytics products. So, it has Hive, HBase, Hue, Zeppelin, Jupyter Notebook, RStudio, a typical tool ecosystem that a analytics team or data science team needs. It's basically a cluster, so all the applications are fully distributed apart from some of the applications which are not distributed like RStudio and Python, but you get Python flavor in PySpark. So there are some most of the applications are distributed. Some of the applications like Python and RStudio are not distributed. Users can specify number and type of nodes. Currently, CAP is available in AWS, but future plans are for also Azure as well. It is basically a customized EMR. So EMR is a Hadoop offering from AWS. It has some built-in tools on top of EMR like RStudio, and all it also has the future plan also is to add more tools like H2O and as per the user request. So what are the use cases for CAP? So different teams. So the applications that I have just listed down, they are the typical workhorses for analytics teams. They normally use Spark, Python, Hive. Data science team, this platform is really suited for data science team. They can use Spark, Spark MLab, PySpark, Spark SQL, all the Spark core as well. RStudio, Python, Jupyter, Zeppelin. Data engineering team, they can use Spark, Python, Bash. All the tools are available for every team, but I'm just giving example that typically data engineering teams you may use this kind of tool. Enterprise analytics, they can take advantage of on-demand analytics that this tool provides as per use data storage, data and storage segregation. It provides cloud analytics. Any team or organization who wants to do analytics on cloud can take advantage of this on demand. There's no infrastructure, all the infrastructure is as code. So these teams can take advantage of this product, and this will become a proper use case for them. So what are the benefits of using this product? This is There are various benefits you can see in your screen as well. There is no upfront cost. You don't have to install a hardware, software, anything. It's just a product available in cloud. You can use it, play around with it. If it makes sense, you can integrate it with your product, with your pipeline and environment. There is no upfront cost. There is no engineering investment. I will show you how easy it is to spin up a CAP cluster. Very easy to upgrade because there is no permanent infrastructure. It's all code. So whenever it comes up with the latest patches and updates. So it's very secure, plus no maintenance cost. Pay per use, universal accessibility. It is cloud based, so especially in this corona times, this is really good, so that you don't have to depend on your local data center or the in-house data center. You can access it from anywhere, although with the proper security as well. No need to manage any IT or infrastructure. You don't need to create any team for this as well. Any typical data science or engineering team can create it. It's very straightforward. I will show you. Since it it is it is only providing you compute, your data will remain in the S3. If you choose AWS as your platform, the data will remain in S3 only. It will not go into any computer itself. So there would be no data silos. So you will get a data lake by default. So segregation of compute and storage will take place. All your analytics products and data will remain segregated. It can be used as a sandbox as well. It can be integrated in data processing pipelines, and it can be used as on demand and permanent. So if you want to have a EMR cluster with Hive, let's say, running for a whole year, you can do that. And if you just want it to come up on demand, do some processing and go away in, let's say, in 1 hour, it will do that as well. That's the beauty of using infrastructure as a code. Okay, so how to use it? It's very simple. It's right now it's a cloud formation, but the future plans it to migrate it to a container environment. So you can just create this cluster from command line. You can integrate with it with any graphic user interface, any GUI. You can integrate it with. It's very straightforward. What are the different applications? I have already given you a snapshot of the applications that it has. It has Hadoop. You can see the versions as well. Spark, HBase, Hue, Ganglia, Zeppelin, Jupyter Hub, RStudio. So for a complete list, you can refer. I will share this PDF as well, so you will have the complete list. But just for sanity purpose, I am showing you all the applications. Plus, it has RStudio, so you can take a look. All these applications you will get. So it's a pretty long list. So creating this many applications in your data center will take eons and will be a considerable investment. All the application access are accessible through browser, and I will show you that. So at different applications are available on different ports. This is the pattern that you will follow. Plus you will get the access to your product cluster as well, so you can go to command line, and if you are an advanced user, you can do the manipulation in the command line as well. Okay, so now we are coming to the final part. This is how you can launch the capstack from command line in Linux and in Mac OS. I'm pretty sure that it will be very similar in Windows as well. So let me just show you. I'm just opening a terminal now. This is right now the product is encapsulated through CloudFormation, AWS CloudFormation. So this is a simple command through which you will create a cluster. So this is the stack name that I am giving test EMR2, and that's it. If we go to CloudFormation now, you will see that nothing can be simpler than this. You will see in the clusters as well that this cluster has started coming up. So this cluster has started. So for time purposes, I have already created a cluster. It's a single node cluster, one master, one slave. You can see from here, and I have already opened some of the applications in the browser. So this is one of the applications. Hue acts as a GUI on top of Hadoop. It's very user friendly for new users to Hadoop. It gives them a very gentle introduction to Hadoop. You will get a GUI on top of HDFS, Hive, HBase, and AWS S3 as well, and various others. I can show you all the query providers that it provides. It gives you PySpark, Scala. So and for schedulers it gives you Oozie. So it's very useful for beginners. So just to show you, I am going into query editor and opening Hive. So here I have already created a test table. So if you just want to see some data, it's as easy as that. And this is a, since Hive provides a SQL view on top of HDFS, you can actually check this table in the HDFS. So if I just open the HDFS here, you will see. So this is created at the default location. So I'm going to Hive data warehouse. You will see that this is the actual file. It's a pipe delimited file on which this table is getting has been created. So you can see there are four rows, there are four rows here as well, but at the end of the day it's not a typical database, it's just a file in HDFS. So you can edit it here as well and add data. You can use insert statement. There are a number of ways through which you can load data as well, so you can push data into directly into HDFS, but I'm just showing you how easy it is. So it is crash there. Just for Sandy, yeah, it's 5. So let me just show you this data again. See, you can see a new row has been added. So this is how easy Hue makes it. No command line or nothing, but you can do the same thing with command line. Moving on to RStudio. So this product provides you RStudio as well. So I'm just logging into RStudio. Okay. Okay, so this is the typical RStudio environment. RStudio is very useful for data science teams. R provides n number of packages for data science exploration and all. So if I want to see the current packages installed, which comes by default, I can see all these packages are there by default. We can add new packages as and when required. That would be a really straightforward process. One more notebook style GUI is Zeppelin. It's very favorite among data science and data, yeah, mainly among data scientists. So Zeppelin and plus Jupyter notebook. So Jupyter Hub is also provided. So I have already created one PySpark notebook, a very straightforward example I am creating here. I have attached PySpark interpreter. I am trying to create a data frame from a list. So and then showing this data frame. So yep, as simple as that. So and so forth. So then the last thing which I would like to show you is the SSH. So SSH is also very straightforward. If you want to enter command line, all you have to do is to take the master node public IP, or I can just look at the this. This should be fine. So now I just need to take the, you will get this in a notification, so you will have these details. So you will have to take the public IP of the master node. You will take it, put it here. Okay, this should be fine. Yes, that's it. You're logged into the EMR. Where am I? You are full. The same thing I was showing you in the command line. You can now you are directly logged into the. I was showing you the same things in the GUI in the browser. Now you are logged into the command line as well. So if you just want to open anything, you should be able to do it. Yep, nice. Hello world, nice. Okay, so is there anything else left? Yeah, so this is, I think this is mostly what I wanted to talk to you about. And future plans are to make this product available in Azure and GCP as well, containerize it so that it becomes cloud independent, add more applications like H2 or any other user specified customizations or the requirement. So I hope that this makes sense and you would like to discuss more about it, so you can contact me. Thank you. Bye.